Hello students, how are you? In the previous video of the chapter natural resources, we were discussing about the carbon cycle. I hope by diagrammatic wise and all the different things, the carbon cycle was clear to you, that how the carbon was present in the atmosphere and how it gets transported to different animals and plants. Okay. Next topic in this video that we are going to start is the greenhouse effect. Okay. You must have heard of greenhouse effect many times. So today we will be discussing the greenhouse effect. First of all, let us discuss what is a greenhouse. It is a house-like structure made up of transparent material such as glass. This provides plants with an appropriate environment that supports their growth, especially in the cold regions. This is possible because the greenhouse traps the heat inside it and prevents it from going out. Okay. Now, what is the significance of this? Let's see what is happening. It is made up of a material of glass. Okay, for example, such as glass. Now what happens, that the heat radiations, because I told you that you know that heat coming from the sun is in the form of radiations. Okay, so the heat radiations that come on the earth surface, some of them they strike the surface and go back. But what happen in this greenhouse gas, that the heat radiations from the sun enters it, but they are not able to escape from it. Now if heat radiation comes and they are not able to escape, then what will be the main effect? The main effect will be that the temperature of that greenhouse will increase. Okay, so this is the speciality of a greenhouse. So to grow some crops which need a comparatively high temperature in respect to other crops, then we need a greenhouse. Okay, so what does this greenhouse do? The greenhouse traps the heat inside it and prevents it from going outside. Now you can see that certain crops, it is a greenhouse and the heat radiations are coming. Now once they come in, but they are not able to escape from the greenhouse. Clear? And what is the consequence of it? The consequence is that the temperature inside the greenhouse is higher than the normal temperature, and it is important for some crops which requires high temperature than other crops. Okay. Greenhouse effect. Several gases present in the Earth's atmosphere which prevents the heat entering the atmosphere from moving out of it. When the amount of these gases increases in the atmosphere, the temperature of the Earth rises. This leads to severe problems like an increase in the sea levels due to melting of glaciers, and this whole phenomena is termed as greenhouse effect. Now similarly, the phenomena that is going inside a greenhouse gas or a greenhouse that is made up of glass, similar phenomena is going on the earth surface. There are certain gases, for example carbon dioxide, which traps the heat. Okay, now once they trap the heat, they does not allow the heat coming from the sun to escape from the atmosphere of the earth. Because of that, the capturing of the heat, what happens, the heat increases the temperature of the earth surface, and as the temperature of the earth surface increases, it leads to severe problems like increase in sea levels due to melting of the glaciers. Okay, and the average temperature of the earth also rises. Why does it happen so? When the amount of these gases, for example carbon dioxide, increases in the atmosphere, and you already know that what is the main reason for increasing of carbon dioxide than oxygen in the atmosphere. Lot of deforestation is there, lot of vehicular pollution is there. So there are various human reasons that lead to increase of greenhouse effect. Clear? So again, what is greenhouse effect? That several gases present in Earth's atmosphere which prevents the heat entering atmosphere from moving out of it, and when the amount of these gases increases in the atmosphere, the temperature of the earth rises. This lead to severe problems like an increase in sea levels due to melting of glaciers. The whole phenomena is termed as greenhouse effect. This diagram explains the phenomena that is taking place on the Earth's surface. First, the solar energy from the sun passes through the Earth atmosphere. Some of the energy is reflected back into the space. Means for some amount of energy that is reflected back into the space. Third, the surface of the Earth is heated by the sun and radiates the heat back into the space. Okay, the surface of the Earth, it reflects back the heat. Means it does not absorb the complete amount of heat. Some amount of heat is absorbed and maximum amount of heat is radiated back into the space. But there are certain gases that are known to be greenhouse gases in the atmosphere that trap some of the heat, which eventually result in the warming of the Earth. Okay, so these are the, due to this, because of the greenhouse gases, the heat is trapped, and because the heat is trapped, the temperature of the Earth is rising, and as the temperature is rising, this one leads to the global warming, as you all know. Clear? So this diagram is very important. It shows how the amount of heat, there is an increase in the amount of heat. First, solar energy from the sun passes through the Earth's atmosphere, then some of the energy is reflected into the space. The surface of the Earth is heated by the sun and radiates the heat back into the space. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere trap some of the heat, warming the Earth. Greenhouse gases. The gases that cause greenhouse effect are called greenhouse gases, such as the examples of greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and ozone. Okay, so the gases that cause or due to which there is greenhouse effect taking place, these kinds of gases are called greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and ozone. Global warming. The phenomena in which the average temperature of the Earth increases due to the presence of greenhouse gases is called global warming. As you all know, because of the greenhouse effect, the temperature of the Earth is increasing day by day, and because of that, it leads to global warming. So the global warming phenomena in which average temperature of the Earth increases due to the presence of greenhouse gases is called global warming. Effects of global warming and greenhouse effect. So there are certain effects on the Earth related to the global warming and greenhouse effect. Let's discuss them one by one. First, increase in the average temperature of the Earth. Global warming and the greenhouse effect has led to a severe change in the climate of the Earth and an increase in the global temperature, which can severely affect the biodiversity on Earth. One of the major consequences is the melting of ice caps on the Earth, because you know that ice occurs only below 0 degrees Celsius. But nowadays, because of global warming, the average temperature of the Earth is increasing. So the temperature of polar regions, where like Antarctic and Arctic also, is increasing day by day. And because of the increasing temperature of these places, the average temperature is increasing, and due to that, the glaciers are melting day by day, and which leads to the rise in the sea level also. Okay, so increase in the average temperature of the Earth. Second, increase in the temperature of the oceans. See, also because now as the temperature of Earth is increasing, so amount of heat is also absorbed by the water, that is oceans. So this affects the aquatic life to a great extent. Many aquatic animals cannot survive in hot water because of the temperature increase. Then ultimately it will result in the increase in the temperature of water also. So many aquatic animals cannot survive in hot water. Third, severe weather conditions. Many parts of the world are facing extreme hot or extreme cold climate due to the increase in Earth's temperature. As a result, some places receive heavy rainfall while others face droughts. Okay, very important that many parts of the world, they are facing extreme hot or extreme cold climate due to this increase in Earth's temperature. And as a result, some places receive heavy rainfall while others face drought. This is also one of the reasons. Next, warmer winters. The winter season in many places on the Earth has decreased due to global warming. Because you know what is the effect of global warming? Because it has led to the increase in the temperature. infertile lands. Many irrigational areas can become infertile for agriculture due to change in the weather conditions of a place. Therefore, it also affects the agricultural pattern and availability of food all over the world. Okay, so many irrigational areas also become infertile and they are not suitable for agriculture then because of continuous changing, or you can say due to the change in the weather condition. Okay, so it also affects the pattern and availability of the food, or you can say the crops all over the world. Next is the effect on animals. The migration and hibernation of many animals are affected due to change in the climate of the earth. Global warming can also lead to extinction of many animals because of their inability to adapt according to the changing environment. Now, I hope you have understood the word adaptation. You know that certain animals like they could not survive in extreme cold, or some cannot survive in extreme hot conditions. So what they do, they either adapt by getting some useful characteristics, or they move away from that place. So that is the adaptation. Okay, for example, you know, bears, they try to sleep, they go into the winter sleep, that is hibernation. So it is an adaptation. So it is also the global warming, as the temperature is increasing day by day and the average temperature is also increasing of the earth. So the animals are affected due to change in the climate of the earth. Next, flooding of island and coastal areas. Now, as the glaciers, ice caps, polar caps, these will melt, definitely will result in the increase in the level of the sea. Okay, and as the sea level will increase, then there are the more chances of flood in island and the coastal areas. Increase in diseases. Global warming and the greenhouse effect lead to spread of diseases related to heart, respiration and eyes all over the world. Apart from these, global warming leads to diseases like cholera, malaria and dengue. Okay, because they are responsible for the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, after increasing temperature, they are more, they can easily survive in that temperature, so more chances of these kinds of diseases. Clear? So these are the effects of global warming. Read these points again, students. So I hope, students, the effects of global warming are clear to all of you. In the next video, we will be discussing the oxygen cycle. Okay, till then, take care of yourselves. Thank you and have a nice day.